Welcome to our LanguageCert International ESOL exams. Today, we'll be sharing with you useful tips that should help you prepare your learners for the B1 and B2 level reading exams. First of all, a brief reminder of the key features and samples of the B1 and B2 level reading exams. The reading component of the LanguageCert International ESOL exam at both B1 and B2 level consists of 4 parts, and there are 26 items in total. 3 different item types are used to assess the candidate's reading skills: multiple choice, gapped text completion, and open-ended questions. Please note that the duration of the reading and writing exams is 2 hours and 10 minutes, and that there is no break in between. Focusing on the B1 level exam first, Part 1 consists of 5 short texts, each followed by 1 multiple choice question. This part aims to assess the candidate's ability to understand the coherence and cohesion of a variety of authentic texts. Part 2 presents candidates with a text with 6 gaps. A choice of 7 sentences to choose from to complete these 6 gaps has been provided. 1 sentence is provided as a distractor. The aim is to assess the candidate's ability to understand how meaning is built up in a text. Part 3 presents candidates with a set of 4 short texts and asks them to answer 7 questions about them. This is a matching task which assesses their ability to understand the purpose of the texts and locate specific information. Part 4 presents candidates with a text and 8 open-ended questions about it. Responses should be no longer than 3 words each time. This part assesses the candidate's ability to locate and obtain specific information. Let's now briefly refer to the B2 level reading exam. Part 1 consists of 1 long text and is followed by 6 multiple choice questions. This part aims to assess the candidate's ability to understand in detail information, ideas, and opinions. Part 2 presents candidates with a text with 6 gaps and a choice of 7 sentences to choose from to complete these gaps. The extra sentence is a distractor. This part aims to assess the candidate's ability to understand how meaning is built up in a text. Part 3 asks the candidates to read 4 short texts, and candidates are provided with 7 questions about it. This is a matching task which aims to assess their ability to understand the purpose of each one of them, locate specific information, and awareness of the writer's stance and attitude. Part 4 assesses the candidate's ability to locate and obtain specific information through detailed reading and answering 7 open-ended questions. They need to produce short answers, no longer than 5 words each time. And here are a few useful tips for teachers that should help prepare candidates for their B1 and B2 level reading exams. Remember that Part 1 at B1 level aims to assess the candidate's ability to identify how coherence and cohesion have been achieved in short, authentic texts. First of all, prepare learners as to what to expect on exam day and build awareness of the various text types, genres, that may be presented. While practicing in class, you may resort to short texts such as notices, emails, instructions, questionnaires, letters, or tickets. Regarding Part 1 at B2 level, remember it aims to assess the candidate's ability to identify detailed information, ideas and opinion in a longer text. Before attempting answering the question set, you may need to remind learners to first read the text. Also encourage them to guess the meaning of any unknown word. Remind them that correct answers do not usually lift words from the text, and that they might have to look for paraphrases of those words. While practicing, expose learners to similar texts. For example, news stories, articles, reviews, proposals, and similar questions. That is, questions about gist, detailed information, ideas or opinions expressed, or the writer's purpose. As far as Part 2 is concerned, note that at both B1 and B2 levels, the aim is to assess the candidate's ability to understand how meaning is built up in a text. First of all, ask learners to pay attention to the title, as it may guide them as to its content. Then remind them that before they fill in any gap, looking at the adjacent words, phrases, sentences will help them find the correct answer. Once again, while practicing, encourage them to guess the meaning of any unknown word in the text. While practicing, also draw their attention to cohesive devices. For example, and, but, then, finally, however, and to their function across a text. These devices may help learners better understand it. Lastly, when they have answered all questions, advise them to check all responses once again, as they will have had a better understanding of the text by then. Part 3 now. Bear in mind that this part aims to assess the candidate's ability to understand the purpose of the text presented and to locate specific information at B1 and B2 level, and also awareness of the writer's stance and attitude at B2 level. As all 4 texts revolve around the same theme, ask learners to first carefully read all of them. Train them in reading strategies, for example, skimming, scanning, predicting, and confirming predictions, so that they more effectively deal with similar texts on exam day. After responding to all questions, ask learners to check them all once again. While practicing, present them with similar short texts, for example, emails, articles, adverts, or with a linked theme, but each text with a different purpose. When setting such tasks, you may wish to ask learners to work in pairs and compare their answers with the rest of the class. Focusing on Part 4 now. Note that the aim of this part is to assess the candidate's ability to understand specific information through detailed reading. As mentioned before, remind learners to pay attention to the title, as it may guide them as to its content. Ask them to first read the text once to get the main idea, and only then attempt answering the questions. While practicing, present them with detailed reading questions, open-ended questions, and a variety of texts, such as narrative, descriptive, expository, biographical texts. Also, aim at developing crucial reading strategies such as scanning. Remember, this part of the reading exam focuses on understanding of specific information in a text. Ask learners to write legibly so that the assessor can make sense of their handwriting of the responses. Remind them to write short answers of up to 3 words at B1 level, and answers of up to 5 words at B2 level. Clarify once more that they will not be awarded extra marks for longer responses. A few more tips that can prove useful. Make learners aware that the questions are in the same order as the information provided in the text. Clarify that there is only one correct answer to the question set. While practicing in class, ask them to be ready to justify their choices. Finally, if they cannot decide on the right choice, tell them they can always follow a process of elimination as a last resort. We hope that these tips will prove useful while you're training your learners. Don't forget to also refer to the support material we have created for you. Thank you.